Good morning, everyone. Let's talk about the Stormy Daniels appeals case. She actually lost her appeals case in a defamation suit against Donald Trump. Now, you know, Stormy Daniels is an adult film star, and Michael Avenatti, who was convicted and sentenced, and he's on house arrest, which he really should be behind prison walls. You know, and he had a lot to do with the R. Kelly stuff, coming out talking all that stuff with Kimberly Fox. You know, well, Stormy Daniels lost her case, and it says that she lost her appeal in her failed defamation suit against Donald Trump, leaving her owing almost $300,000 in legal fees to the former president. But she goes on to say, I will go to jail before I pay a penny. Before she pays a penny, she says she's going to go to jail. This is what she tweeted on Monday after the Ninth U.S. Circuit Court of Appeals ruled against her in the long-running case. Now, Trump hailed the ruling by appeals court, which he often bashed as president, calling it a total and complete victory and vindication for and of me. And you know, Donald Trump has gotten away with a lot of things also. A lot of things. So you know that he is, gonna play this up to no end. But Michael Avenatti filed the defamation suit. And you remember when he filed it against Trump in 2018 when he was Daniels' lawyer. And her real name is Stephanie Clifford. And she also had talked about back then, if you remember the story, that she said he had filed the suit without her permission and against her wishes. She really didn't want to do that. But once it was filed, Trump's lawyers overwhelmed Avenatti and was left the victim of an attorney's fee award, she added, calling it a sad reality that a predator like Trump can openly brag about assaulting women and becoming president and be awarded money for his bad behavior. And I have to agree with her on that. He had some bad behaviors and he openly bragged about assaulting women, and nothing has been done about that. To me, they allowed him to get away with a lot of stuff. And some people, the people that like Donald Trump, hey, I'm just saying he did get away with a lot of stuff. And he did brag about those things. So we're not talking about, our personal preferences on who we will vote for. So let's not do that. Let's not leave any disrespectful comments, on this video. Because all I'm saying is he did do those things. He bragged about it. We know he did. And he got away with a lot of stuff. And it seemed like the Republicans was afraid to hold him accountable for things. But they are quick to hold other people accountable. So let's just, leave it at that. But Michael Cohen, then a lawyer for Trump, paid Daniels $130,000 before the 2016 presidential election to remain silent about a sexual encounter she alleged she had had with the married Trump in 2006. Now, Trump has denied the encounter ever happened, and he did so again in his statement Monday. And he says, as I have stated many times throughout the years, I never had an affair with Stormy Daniels, nor would I ever have wanted to, he said. Now, after the news of the hush money payment became public, Daniels says she was menaced and warned to keep quiet about the allegation in 2011 when a man approached her while she was with her infant daughter in Las Vegas and told her to leave Trump alone. She said the man then looked at her daughter and said, that's a beautiful little girl. It'd be a shame if something happened to her mom. What a threat that is, allegedly, but that sounds like a threat to me. What y'all think? Leave your comments in there, And then Daniels and Avenatti released a sketch of the man in 2018, which Trump mocked on Twitter. A sketch years later about a non-existent man, a total con job, playing the fake news media for fools, but they know of it, Trump tweeted. So Daniels' lawsuit called Trump's tweet false and defamatory, and Mr. Trump knew that his false, disparaging statement would be read by people around the world, as well as widely reported, and that Ms. Clifford would be subjected to threats of violence, economic harm, and reputational damage as a result, it said. A federal judge in California, however, sided with Trump and found that the tweet constitutes rhetorical hyperbole, normally associated with politics and public discourse in the United States. The First Amendment protects this type of rhetorical statement, Judge James Otero wrote, finding that Trump was entitled to attorney fees in the case. The Ninth Circuit upheld the ruling Friday, finding in part that Daniels had waited too long to challenge the lower court's ruling. In her statement Tuesday, Daniels blamed Avenatti for the delay. Daniels' new attorneys did not immediately respond to a request for comment. Avenatti was found guilty this year of wire fraud and identity theft for wrongly pocketing about $300,000 of the $800,000 advance Daniels was paid for her book. Full disclosure. He was also convicted in 2020 of extortion, wire fraud, and transmission of interstate communications with intent to extort in connection with threats he made against Nike, the sports equipment and apparel giant. Last year, a federal judge sentenced him to 2.5 years behind bars for those crimes. I personally feel that he should have got a lot more time and he should not be chilling out in his friend's apartment up in California at the beach area. He should be actually behind bars. But you know how that goes. So we won't get into all that, but we know the truth. We know what goes on with situations like that. They get such leniency and they get, you know, favor. They get favor to stay out of jail. But anyway, leave your comments below. God bless you all on today. Let me know what you think of this. And being that we do need to do the disclaimer, copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act of 1976. Allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, scholarship, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. Nonprofit, educational, or personal use tips to balance in favor of fair use. In my opinions, is not necessarily the opinions of others. So, again, leave your comments below. And thank you for tuning in. God bless you on today. Bye now.